Grace and peace, everybody. We are back. Happy Monday to you. We are back. All right. So the whole team is back, just in case you were wondering. We went and got President Firstborn this weekend. Everything went pretty well. Pretty well. Um, we got her moved out of her dorm, no problems. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're somebody that your child lives abroad or not in town, I would suggest that you get one of those little pods. I got one of those. That was the easiest move I've ever done in my life. I'm probably gonna do that for the rest moving forward. They deliver the pod to the school, put it in a parking spot. It's not really big, so it took 2 parking spots, but it was okay. And she had all her stuff pretty well packed ahead of time, which was super cool. And I really hate the fact that one of her girlfriends on campus wanted us to also like go in with us, and her mom never called me back. I was like, man, there was enough room in this thing for 2 more kids. Anyway, we got all her stuff moved. It went perfect. We hung out and jibber jabbered and played around. She took me around campus, see various things, met some of these people that she's been hanging out with. My wife was at a conference in Charlotte. So I drove up to Durham, got President Firstborn. We went to Charlotte the night before last, spent the night in Charlotte with my wife. Her conference was over Sunday morning, like Sunday afternoon. And then we drove back. So it was pretty good. So, but the whole gang is back. That's all I'm excited about. The whole gang is here. So shout out to Whitaker Park. We got everybody. We got the whole campus here. Shout out to y'all. We got the best live chat up in the internet. What's Amethyst say? She says she's number 4. She said, Jay, what I'm number 4. Now Minnie said, what's up, y'all? How are you? Katie coming up in here with number 5 in the green hearts, of course. And thank you so much. Kimberly says, hey to y'all. Hey to y'all. Hopefully your Monday is starting off fantastically. I might need to go back. There's a motivational speaker. His name is Eric Thomas. And his big thing was, thank God it's Monday. He wasn't living for the weekend. He was living for Monday because he felt like that was the best day to capitalize and take advantage of your dreams and goals. So shout out to Eric Thomas. My oldest just came back from college on Friday. There we go. And now I will say this though, the school, they spread out your finals because my girl could have been back home 7 days ago. She could have been home last week, probably even for her sister's birthday. But they had all these tests, and she literally had a test on Saturday morning. I have no idea why. That was the other reason why we hung out at school, because I packed her up and got her out of her room on Friday. But Saturday afternoon, she still had a test. So we could have been home. We could have been home already. That's the only thing I wish they would change. Shout out for sure. What's going on? Good morning to you. So we got a little fun show this morning. I just want to go over a couple things, give you a lay of the land, what to expect this week. Tomorrow at 9:00, we have Tracy Martin, Erica Kirk's very good and dear friend and mentor. She'll be on tomorrow at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. And we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Now, I want to talk to her about a particular area of her ministry and what she does. I know you all are going to want to ask questions about other things and other aspects, and she's fine with answering both of those. So we're going to kind of play it by ear. I told her what I want to talk to her about specifically is not really about Candace or really about Erica. I told her what I want to talk about, but I already know she's fine either way. So please see you tomorrow, 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be a good conversation. We got a couple guests. Actually, I think I'm going to be a guest on Thursday. I actually have not gotten confirmation yet, so I'm going to wait. And Wednesday, but I'll make sure you all are aware of that before time. So that's what's going on. Q in the building. Number 8 up in the house. Good to see you. All right, let's get at it. Let's get active. I want to say again, April was fantastic. Thank you so much. I got to keep up with my notes. Trying to do a better job of that. Thank y'all so much. We had 2,000 hypes. I really don't know what hypes do, but I do appreciate each and every one of y'all who hit that hype button. We had 50,000 likes. And so this month I'm going super banana crazy. I'm trying to get 150. So if you don't mind, hit the like button. I'm making it super easy. I actually have a playlist on my channel of videos that have done really well, but they don't have a lot of likes. So if you've probably already watched it, because like I said, they've done pretty well. So you probably already watched the videos. Let's hit the like button, help a brother out. I am in competition with another content creator to see who can get 150,000 likes first. The loser has to gift 100 memberships to the winner. So I would like to not be the one that has to give him 150 100 memberships, but I'll gladly do it. But let's make him work for it. So I want to say thank you for that. Let me real quick check one thing, because I told y'all I was going to drop some memberships. I need to do that right now for my own people. I said I was going to do that the first thing when I got on. I got to do that now, and we're going to make it happen, Captain. So, all right, let's get these memberships up out of here. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, get those out. I said I was going to do them. Let's go. Welcome to all our brand new members. Here, let me go and get the other 5 out of here as well. Bang. I said 10 to start Monday. Here we go. Shout out, brand new member. Shout out to y'all. All right. And now that you're a member, please make sure you go to the community post and look at all your new member only community posts. There's a lot of guidance, a lot of direction, a lot of cool things in there. So go check that out. All right. I have not talked about this person in a while, and I think this person's mad at me. So I might have to give him a call and be like, man, are you mad at me? Because this video that he did was so ridiculously funny. I said, did he want me to scream and laugh like this so loud? Like, what did I do to him? Y'all know who I'm talking about. We're talking about Ami Kozak. Let's bring Ami up in here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Ami Kozak, let's go.
All right, you guys, this just in, breaking news. Apparently, we have private text messages that are being released that show certain things that they claim I said. First of all, I just want to say these are text messages. It's a screenshot, okay, of a private conversation that Andrew Colvett has released. I don't know what kind of person would do that. Who would ever release a screenshot of a private text message conversation? What kind of person would ever do that? But anyway, we'll take a look at this private conversation, and you will clearly see that I am joking, okay? These are obviously jokes. It's so obvious, guys. It's so obvious. Guys, they think we're stupid. They think we're stupid. Okay, so let's take a look right now, as you'll see. So this was a text I sent regarding the meeting I was going to have with Erica Kirk before she buried the story. Okay, this was the first message that I sent. Did you murder your husband? It's obviously a joke, you guys. It's obviously a joke. I was kidding. I was obviously saying it tongue-in-cheek. The next message reads, I'm literally going to burn TPUSA to the ground and use Charlie's death as an opportunity to get clicks, clout, and cash, and keep expanding an audience of lonely, bored moms in their mid-40s who crave a good dramatic soap opera. It's going to be hilarious. You guys, so obviously a joke. So obviously I was kidding. I go on to say, I'll bring Israel into it for no reason with zero evidence. And that'll definitely piss off Ben. And we know it will. We know it'll piss off Ben. So obviously kidding, obviously joking. The messages go on to say, I just want to be famous AF. You know, Charlie and I weren't even close by the end. I mean, I wasn't at his wedding or private or public funeral. Not sure how people won't see through this, but you know your girl knows what she's doing. You guys, have you ever heard of sarcasm? I'm obviously being sarcastic. You guys, it's so stupid. I'm so obviously being sarcastic, okay? Let's keep reading. Plus, I can always count on Megyn Kelly to misread the room and have my back. So true. Also, Brigitte definitely has a vag, but whatevs. The EPs get so many views. How can I not keep this up? And there's one more message which says, also, George got in late last night and made me, never mind. Forget that one. It's not important. You guys, it's so obvious what's going on here. I was obviously making jokes, okay? If you read these texts and you understand the context, I'm obviously doing an impersonation of a narcissistic psycho bitch with borderline personality disorder, okay? So obvious. It's an impersonation, okay?
Clearly.
It's an impersonation. And I do impersonations. Just ask my husband. He often asks me to do an impersonation of RuPaul or Mike Tyson, dress up in football gear and turn around, okay? Anyway, I just wanted to address that. That these text messages are obviously a joke. I'm being sarcastic and they're being taken out of context in order to make me look. What are you doing? Are you still streaming? Yeah. Oh, God. We'll finish up. Do you want me to make you a sandwich? Oh, we're going to make a sandwich, all right. You remember Ethan, right, darling?
Hello, Candy. Fancy seeing you here. All right, babe, you ready?
Yes, just a moment. Darling, go get your football gear. Ethan and I are going to go freshen up.
Shout out to Ami Kozak. Ami is ridiculous. You're scared. Why are you scared? Don't be afraid. Nothing to be afraid of. Ami is ridiculous, but I love him. No, shout out to Ami Kozak. The link to that video, of course, is in the chat. Go check him out. Support what he's doing. All that kind of good jazz. We definitely want to make sure that we do that. Now, of course, everybody has heard that Brian Harpole is suing Candace Owens, and I think rightly so. I think that's the right move. I have zero problem with that. I stand in agreement and in compliance with him suing Candace Owens. So what I wanted to do, friend of the channel, Mr. Nick Brooks, I don't know why I wanted to call him something else all of a sudden, Nick Brooks, he broke down the lawsuit, and I want to talk about why this might be very, very, I think this one is going to be really bad for Candace. More bad. I think this one's going to be worse than, her potentially suing Wolf of Wall Street or Project Constipation, any of those. I think this one is probably going to be the worst one of many, because I still believe there's many more to come. But I do think this one is bad. So I want to bring it in. Shout out to Nick. I did not put this one in the description. I'm going to change that right now while I'm talking. So thank you so much. What's going on to the good people that have already hopped in? I'm trying to add that so I can be consistent. I just added it. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, make sure you check out Nick Brooks. Excellent content creator. He has been doing a fantastic job of being a legal mind, even though he's out there in California. I pray for them Californians. But it won't let me save the change because I'm in the middle of the stream. Okay, I'll add it at the end. So here's Nick's link right here. There we go. Nick is a great legal mind. I think he's doing an excellent job of breaking these things down and keeping us informed. So shout out to Nick for sure. Let's stop talking about it, Jason. Let's bring Nick up in here. Let's go. Green hearts in the chat when you can hear my people. Let's go. Bang. Green hearts, let's go. The Nick Brooks channel.
Brian Harpole, the security professional who was protecting Charlie Kirk when Kirk was assassinated in September of 2025, just sued Candace Owens for defamation in federal court in Tennessee. The complaint alleges that Owens falsely accused Harpole of conspiring with the U.S. military to assassinate Kirk, and she based those accusations on a fabricated story from a source named Mitchell Snow, and that she kept pushing the conspiracy theory even after she admitted she had seen Harpole's flight records proving he couldn't have been at the alleged meeting. This is a 69-page complaint with 6 counts of defamation and related claims, and it reads like a detailed blueprint for how a defamation case gets built when the plaintiff has receipts. In this video, I'm going to walk through the key allegations, show you the specific statements Owens made, explain how Harpole tries to plead actual malice, and give you my take on whether this survives a motion to dismiss.
Okay, so let's take a quick second. Shout out to Nick. Excellent content creator. I love what he does. And please take note, because I think this is why this Brian Harpole case has gotten more traction from other people out there in social media streets. I think Nick is doing a great job of breaking this down. Oh, I got a bad Nick video. By the way, thank you so much, Z77. I have a bad Nick video that I think you all will enjoy. If you all enjoyed my previous video about Nick and Candace, I actually found another one, and I think it's actually more revealing than the video we saw before. So if you saw that video this week about Nick and Candace, this one actually is worse. I don't know how we got here, but it's worse. So y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, and I'll drop it later on before the end of the show. Okay, let's go see what Nick Brooks has got to say. Let's go.
Here's the caption of the complaint. Brian Harpole, plaintiff, versus Candace Owens LLC, George Tom Inc., and Mitchell Snow, defendants, in the United States District Court for the Middle District of Tennessee, Nashville Division, filed April 30th, 2026, with a jury demand. Moving to the party section,
I want to know about
it
that.
provides that Harple is a Texas resident who runs in.
I want to know about the jury demand. So if anybody ever runs across or finds out why is it better to do a defamation case and have a jury trial versus a bench trial, like why do they do that? I think I know why, and I'm pretty sure I can put it together. But if you run across something, email management. Let's go.
Integrity Security Solutions, a private security firm that was providing security for Charlie Kirk on September 10th, 2025, when Kirk was assassinated at Utah Valley University. And also, there are 4 defendants stated: Candace Owens in her individual capacity as a Tennessee resident and podcaster. And note Williamson County here. That's actually the county just north of the county I grew up in Tennessee, which is Murray County. And Williamson County always had a reputation for being very affluent. And then now moving down to Candace Owens LLC, that's stated as a Delaware limited liability company that manages Candace's social media accounts. Then we have George Tom Inc., which is a Delaware corporation that manages Candace's podcast production and website. And then we have Mitchell Snow, who's stated to be a Washington state resident who the complaint alleges fed Owens the fabricated Fort Huachuca story. Let's move to paragraph 10, where the facts of the case start. Paragraph 10 says, quote, Candace Owens is an entertainer. In recent years, her brand has been to use her sizable social media platform to spread salacious and mostly baseless stories to her millions of followers. These platforms are monetized. The more followers she has and the more views her content receives, the more money she makes. She is not subject to any editing or oversight or professional ethics. The accuracy of her statements is irrelevant to her income. In essence, she monetizes the defamation she slings. And then we drop down to paragraph 13, which provides that from 2021 to 2024, Owens hosted her show on the Daily Wire. But in 2024, the Daily Wire terminated its relationship with Owens following months of controversy arising from anti-Semitic remarks. After her departure, she eventually started her own independent podcast with almost 6 million YouTube subscribers and 7.8 million X followers. Each episode is viewed or listened to by tens of millions of people. And then moving down to paragraph 19, paragraph 19 gives examples of conspiracy theories Owens has promoted, such as Brigitte Macron is secretly a man, which we've discussed on this channel, the moon landing was fake, and a slew of anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, including that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was responsible for the attacks on September 11, 2001, although notice the typo that says 2011, as well as general Holocaust denial. The complaint says this is only a small sample of conduct by Owens like this. Moving to paragraph 20, it provides that on September 10, 2025, Charlie Kirk was assassinated while speaking at Utah Valley University. Law enforcement identified Tyler Robinson as the assassin, and he's currently facing capital murder charges in Utah. The complaint says, quote, to this day, neither law enforcement nor any other serious person has suggested that Robinson acted on behalf of or in connection with any other person or entity. And then moving down to paragraph 22 lists conspiracy theories that started spreading, such as a second shooter using a trapdoor and tunnel system, Kirk was killed by an explosive device instead of a bullet, UVU quickly deconstructed the crime scene to cover up a larger conspiracy, and the United States government intended to assassinate Kirk with Harple involved in the scheme. The complaint says, quote, Owens is the most high-profile spreader of baseless Charlie Kirk conspiracy theories. Her actions have encouraged and emboldened others to jump on the conspiracy bandwagon. Moving to paragraphs 26 through 27, it provides that between October and November 2025, Owens started targeting Kirk's security team. In her October 27th podcast, Charlie's Angels or Demons, she questioned how Kirk's team members knew Charlie Kirk was dead before confirmation, implying insider knowledge or complicity. Paragraph 27 says Owens labeled the post-shooting behavior as shady, remarking, quote, they then put down pavers almost immediately and re-leveled that area. I do find that to be quite shady. And then moving down to paragraph 34, it provides that, here we are, paragraph 34 is really an inflection point. It says, quote, up to this point, Owens' attacks were primarily confined to Harple's alleged job failures, but beginning with the December 9, 2025 episode on her podcast, Owens began accusing Harple of direct involvement in assassination. That escalation from questioning competence to accusing conspiracy is what turns this into actionable defamation. Jumping back up to paragraph 28, paragraph 28 says, quote, on November 17, 2025, after Owens and other conspiracy theorists had already implicated Harple and his team in the assassination, Harple appeared on the Sean Ryan show solely to respond to and rebut the defamatory statements. On or about November 25th, 2025, Harple was interviewed by Gary Milton with Paramount Tactical for the purpose of rebutting more defamatory statements. As of the date of this complaint, the two podcast appearances remain isolated responses undertaken by him to defend his reputation. Harple's attempt to defend himself backfired. The very next day after a Sean Ryan appearance, Owens said on her podcast that Harple should be fired for failing to ensure adequate perimeter security, that he ran over to Kirk with his, quote, small supposed to be medical bag, and that he lied about drone availability. And then paragraph 31 here it says Owens accused Harple of criminal negligence for not following up with Chief Long about securing the roof. She stated, quote, that's obviously absurd. On the basis of that answer, you, Harple, and his team should all be fired. The complaint notes this is false. All communications with Chief Long were handled by Dan Flood, not Harple. Moving back up to paragraph 29, and this is legally critical. Paragraph 29 says, quote, despite his two podcast appearances, Harple remains a private individual and not a limited purpose public figure. He has social media accounts that he does not use for posting content. He has no public platforms to effectively rebut or counteract statements, and his involvement in the controversy is limited to two defensive appearances. He did not seek publicity or attempt to influence public debate. Two podcast appearances to respond to allegations does not meet Tennessee's standard for limited purpose public figure status. The complaint then says that should the defendants claim Harple is a public figure, Harple expressly preserves his right to allege and prove actual malice. And as we'll see, that's exactly what the complaint does. Moving down to paragraph 35, it provides that on December 9th, 2025, Owens aired a podcast called Charlie Kirk's Last Trip to Asia. She claimed she had received a credible tip from a former military member, first called Harry Myers, later identified as Mitchell Snow, who said he inadvertently entered a classified meeting at Fort Huachuca on September 9th, the day before Kirk's assassination, saw senior government officers, and identified Harple as one of the individuals present. And then, moving down to paragraph 36, Paragraph 36 says, quote, upon information and belief, it was during this December 8, 2025 conversation that Owens and Snow agreed to enter into a conspiracy to defame Harple by using Owens' network to spread this maliciously false theory. Paragraph 37 then paragraph 37 says Owens asserted she had fact-checked Snow's account and that, quote, the facts are 100% honest, but provided no explanation of how this was done. The complaint says, quote, the purpose of these statements was to assert by implication that there was a government conspiracy to assassinate Kirk and that Harple was part of that conspiracy. And then moving down to paragraph 40 says the episode description read, quote, after today, I do not know how this leads to anything other than a full confession from the government about their involvement in Charlie Kirk's assassination. Read in context, this clearly sends the message that Harple was conspiring with the military to have Charlie Kirk assassinated. Now, paragraph 42. Paragraph 42 says, quote, the claim that Harple was present at Fort Huachuca on September 9, 2025 for an alleged meeting is verifiably false, as Harple's travel records plainly place him in Dallas, Texas. There would also be records showing Harple's access to the base. Owens had access to these records, but dismissed them without any investigation, claiming they did not prove an alibi for when the meeting concluded. The complaint adds, quote, to avoid any uncertainty, Brian Harple has never been to Fort Huachuca, not ever. Additionally, there is no evidence that such meeting even took place with or without Harple. Paragraph 49 provides that on December 18th, Owens interviewed Snow on her podcast in an episode called Exclusive Interview, what he saw on Fort Huachuca the day before Charlie died. During the interview, Snow said, quote, "The head of security there, Brian Harpel, he was one of the people walking out with the congressman." And then moving down to paragraph 52 provides that Owens asked Snow how certain he was. Snow responded,
I want to stop for a hot second. Do you all remember the whole thing with the senator? Don't quote me on this. He was in Washington, D.C., but I think he's from Nevada or something like that. Remember that whole brouhaha? And they were trying their best to associate that man there. And we found videos of him there and so on and so forth. And they still didn't stop. I mean, she was wrong on that. When she said that man, I don't remember his name. Just a run-of-the-mill senator-looking guy from Nevada or somewhere. And she assumed and alleged that he was there. And Mitch said that this guy was there with Brian Harpel. And they were just as wrong. Like, she deserves to be sued. And I hope it comes swiftly. Let's go.
he was 95 to 99% certain he saw Harpel leaving the high-ranking military meeting the morning of September 9, 2025. The complaint says, quote, Owens expressly adopted and endorsed Snow's statements, affirming their purported truth and representing that she would assist him by fundraising and supporting his efforts to pursue and publicize these fallacious claims. This is the conspiracy agreement in action. Owens platforming Snow, endorsing his claims, and promising to support him. Now to paragraph 54. It provides that on December 17th, apparently fearing a lawsuit, Owens texted Harpel asking, quote, a lot of people telling me that you're planting seeds regarding a lawsuit. Wanted to see if you wanted to have an off-the-record discussion with me about anything, or if you'd like to simply clarify something you think I got wrong. Harpel did not respond.
That's right.
And then moving down to paragraph 55, paragraph 55 says, quote, Owens then used Harpel's silence to further defame him. On the December 19th episode of her podcast, Owens implied Harpel's failure to respond to her text messages as suspicious. Stay with me. Now here's where the actual malice allegations get concrete. Looking at paragraph 60, it provides that on December 22nd, Owens posted to X that she had already viewed Harpel's flight records and confirmed to her audience that they, quote, do not provide an alibi for 7:30 a.m., which is when the meeting concluded at Fort Huachuca. And then moving down to paragraph 61 alleges, quote, Owens' post confirms that by the time she had recorded and published her podcast episodes, she had already viewed Harpel's flight records. Accordingly, she knew that it was physically impossible for Harpel to have attended the alleged meeting on September 9, 2025. She nonetheless published the false and defamatory remarks accusing Harpel of attending the alleged meeting. That's actual malice in plain English. Owens admitted she saw the flight records. She still said they didn't provide an alibi. If the records show Harpel was in Dallas, then either she misread them, deliberately misrepresented them, or acted with reckless disregard for the truth. Jumping back up to paragraph 55, paragraph 55 provides that on the same December 19th episode, Owens claimed she had been given travel logs for Brian Harpel and said, quote, it is entirely possible that Brian Harpel could have made it for that meeting. I can tell you that definitively. Brian Harpel could have made it to that base for that early morning meeting. And then moving down to paragraph 56 says, quote, to this day, Owens has still not produced the alleged travel logs she referred to in this episode. Right. She has never produced them because she knows that they demonstrate that Harpel was in Dallas, Texas at the time of the Fort Huachuca meeting.
I want to know, where did she get these alleged travel logs from in the first place? I don't think they actually exist. That's what I think. Oh, that was his name? Yes. Thank you so much, Joyce. It was Mark Amedy. And I might be mispronouncing that. Please forgive me. And she was totally wrong. She was as wrong as today is Monday and still ran with it. I think Brian Harpel's got her over the barrel. And by the way, he's lost his business. He's lost contracts. He actually has like real monetary damage that he's going to be trying to get from her. This is going to be very interesting. Please keep us posted on this, Brian. Let's go.
Down to paragraph 63, it provides that on December 23rd, Owens posted to X with the headline, quote, Fort Huachuca confirmed and included what she claimed was an incident report from Snow's visit to Fort Huachuca.
Oh my gosh.
And then moving down to paragraph 64, it says, quote, a closer inspection of the screenshot, and here's the screenshot, reveals that it does not confirm the existence of a meeting, let alone state anything about Harple's whereabouts. This screenshot clearly depicts a cursor on the screen, and you can see that cursor here, that was taken as the text was being typed. Upon information and belief, this cannot possibly be a true and authenticated incident report, as Owens claimed it was. And now, if Harple can prove at trial that Owens posted a screenshot of a document being typed, not a real incident report, and presented it to millions of people as proof, that goes directly to reckless disregard for truth. It also supports the conspiracy allegation. Now let's talk about the legal claims. Count 1 is at the heart of this case, which is defamation. Paragraph 84 says that between December 9th and 28, 2025, Owens falsely alleged Harple attended the Fort Huachuca meeting and colluded with the government to have Kirk assassinated, accusing him of conspiracy to commit murder. Paragraph 92, let me scroll down for a second for you, then goes on to say that the defamatory meaning is clear. Harple had knowledge of and was involved in the planning, execution, and cover-up of Kirk's assassination. That's defamation per se. It accuses Harple of serious criminal misconduct. Under Tennessee law, the harm to his reputation is presumed. And now, moving down to count 2 is defamation regarding professional unfitness. Paragraph 102 lists statements Owens made accusing Harple of failing to perform his duties, that he should be fired for failing to secure the rooftop, that he lied about drone availability, and that he, quote, did not do so much as pack his wound after he was shot, referring to Charlie Kirk. This is also defamation per se, statements that accuse someone of unfitness in their profession. Now moving down to count 5, which is civil conspiracy to defame. Paragraph 142 alleges that, quote, seeing an opportunity to profit from making headlines in national news, Snow and Owens agreed to and entered a conspiracy to defame Harple. Owens and Snow agreed that Owens would use her network to promote and publish Snow's defamatory story that Harple was involved in a plan with the United States military to have Charlie Kirk assassinated. The complaint lists overt acts: the December 9th episode, the X promotion, the December 18th interview where Snow said he was 95 to 99% certain, and Owens continuing to support the story even after viewing Harple's flight records. Now moving to count 6. Count 6 is aiding and abetting defamation. Paragraph 156, here it is. Paragraph 156 says, quote, Mitchell Snow has virtually no reach. He was platformed by Owens. These defendants aided and abetted Snow's defamation by expanding the reach and impact of the defamation and by providing legitimacy to the defamation. And then moving to paragraph 157. Paragraph 157 says, quote, but for the involvement of Owens, Candace Owens LLC, and George Tom Inc., Snow's false Fort Huachuca story would not have reached the millions of people it ultimately did. Even if Snow ends up judgment-proof, Harple can argue Owens is liable for broadcasting his story to millions without adequate verification. And as you can see here in the prayer for relief, it provides that Harple is requesting a judgment in his favor, which is very common. He also seeks a tailored permanent injunction requiring the removal of the defamatory statements from the defendant's various social media accounts and enjoining defendants from republishing or reposting the deleted media and similar such statements in the future. It seeks an award of compensatory damages, including economic damages for lost income and non-economic damages for mental anguish, pain, and suffering, in an amount to be proven at trial. And then it seeks punitive damages for defendants' intentional, egregious, and malicious conduct. So here's my bottom line. This complaint is detailed, well pleaded, and built around specific, provably false statements that Owens allegedly made with knowledge or reckless disregard for the truth. Harple alleges she accused him of conspiring to assassinate Charlie Kirk, based that on a fabricated story, and kept promoting it even after admitting she had seen flight records that contradicted it. The biggest challenge for Harple is proving actual malice if the court treats him as a limited-purpose public figure, which Owens will almost certainly argue. But the complaint pleads actual malice in detail. Flight records she admitted viewing, an unverified source she called credible without explanation, a possibly fabricated incident report with a visible cursor, and a claim about travel logs she's never produced. That's enough to survive a motion to dismiss. The biggest risk for Owens, on the other hand, is discovery. If
Come
Harple's
on.
lawyers get her texts with Snow, her production notes, her internal communications about the episodes, and any fact checking she did or didn't do before and after the December episodes, this case could get a lot worse for her. And if she can't point to any serious fact checking she did before accusing Harple of being part of an assassination conspiracy, a Tennessee jury is going to have a hard time believing she acted reasonably. Next steps, Owens will almost certainly file a motion to dismiss or an anti-SLAPP style motion if Tennessee law allows it. Harple will oppose it. The court will decide whether the complaint states a claim. And if it survives, we're looking at a discovery-heavy defamation case that could produce some very interesting evidence about how Owens' show operates behind the scenes.
Yes.
I'll follow up if and when those motions get filed. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment with your thoughts on this case. I would love to read it. Also, share this video with someone who's interested in the Candace Owens saga. Thank you very much.
Saga is crazy. Shout out to brother Nick Brooks. I appreciate him. If the mods could just double check, make sure, I did put it down in the description of the video, but the mods could just make sure we drop Nick's link in the chat. That would be super great. I would love for y'all to go over there and check him out and just give him a green heart or just let him know that you appreciate what he's doing, because that was very informative. And we want that kind of stuff because, look, I'm a pre-K law student. I don't know anything. All right. Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. I want to pull in, because somebody said they know that Candace is going to be seething. I'm going to pull in what she said about it. I thought it was interesting. Let's bring this back. If I remember correctly, didn't Gary Melton post some of Harpo's travel documents on one of his podcasts? He might have. And that's very possible. You know what? I do remember that now. Thank you so much. Who was that? Thank you so much for that. Tanya, thank you. I do remember that though. So now everybody knows it, and she still did it. That's crazy work. That's some crazy, bona fide, insane work. That's some nasty work, y'all. We gotta pray for Candace, because Candace is in trouble. She in some hard knock trouble. Here, let me bring this in. I do want to say I got a couple of super chats, and I'm sorry, a couple of buy me a coffees I want to say thank you about. Real quick, let's do this like this. Shout out to the best live chat on the interweb. All right, shout out to Cinema Shogun. He says this: Candace gets her number clocked by Brian Harpo's lawyer. Candace makes up fake stories, and then she reaches out to people wanting them to respond to the fake lies that she just made up. This is truly demented behavior. Not only does she profit from the lies, she profits even more from the non-response to her lies. All right. Shout out to Cinema Shogun. Candace tries to say that this is wild and insane, but she knows that Brian Harpo's lawyer is spot on. No, you can't completely make up something about someone and then pretend you're doing the right thing by asking them to clarify or answer to stuff you just made up. Can we say this again? We're going to have to make this into a t-shirt. That's what we've been saying about Candace for I don't know how long, that she just literally makes stuff up out of whole cloth and then tells you you have to defend yourself from her whole cloth just made up behavior. That's some crazy work. That's some diabolical behavior. We don't have to, no, Candace, nobody has to. And Brian Harpo did the right thing. And I'll even go as far to say this, because somebody's going to get mad about it. I want to make sure I make you good and mad. Brian Harpo did what the Bible tells you to do. What? The Bible. Now this rascal brought the Bible into it. Yep, I'm going to show you. Brian Harpo did the exact right thing. This tactic might fool her fans, but it doesn't fool normal people with half a brain. And this argument won't hold up in court. Also, this is Candace again, suddenly throwing Mitch Snow under the bus again. She's basically saying it's all Mitch's fault. And I think that's why Brian Harpo did a great job of bringing up the fact that Mitch Snow didn't have a platform until she let him get on. Let's go.
Or 2 days
Green Hearts in
before,
chat
I
when you can
interviewed
hear.
Mitch Snow through to January, trying to get him to just say yes or no. And he actually remarkably embeds these many messages to him in the lawsuit.
Smart man.
And that's going to be point 54 to 55. He just embeds these into the lawsuit. Hi, Brian. This is Candace Owens. A lot of people are telling me that you're planting seeds regarding a lawsuit. I wanted to see if you wanted to have an off-record discussion with me about anything, or if you'd like to simply clarify something that you think that I got wrong. You can see I followed up on December 19th. Hi, Brian. Just again, reaching out in case you want to clarify your whereabouts on the morning of September 9th. I'm only interested in the truth. So I would be happy to debunk Mitch if he perhaps is misremembering the faces that he saw. No response. I think they also put a third message in there. I don't know if you can scroll and see that, or if that's not attached yet. But like I said, multiple messages that I sent him, he just didn't answer. So why? Why didn't Brian Harpole simply respond? Why didn't you send a cease and desist a long time ago? Why did you ask me for a retraction? Here's another one. Hey, Brian, reaching out again to see if you'd be willing to speak about the morning of the 9th. I'm obviously not trying to do anything other than debunk Mitch so I can pivot and refocus the investigation, but I oddly cannot get you to confirm or deny if you were there. He's acknowledging he received these messages and he chose not to respond.
So real quick. Yeah, he received those messages, but he's not under obligation to answer you, Candace. That's the thing. We're looking at the face of a woman who is entitled. She feels like she's entitled to whatever she asks of you, whatever it is. I need to see your bank records. I need to see your flight logs. I need to see your third grade spelling test. She feels entitled and she is getting smacked down, and we're here for it.
Again, why? Oh, lucky for us, he's going to explain it in the lawsuit. And this is the wildest point of all. It's actually insane. It's an insane reason. In my view, it's insane to assert that this is the reason that you did not respond to my 3 messages to you, 1 message to Dan Flood. This is his point number 50. Ready? Point number 59, I think it is. Here we go. Owens soon texted Harpole a 3rd time, asking again if he would like to speak about the events that transpired on the morning of September 9th. Owens concluded her text message by stating that she found it odd that she could not get Harpole to confirm or deny his location on the morning of September 9th. Owens already knew why Harpole didn't respond. Her repeated texts to Harpole to get him to respond to the defamatory conspiracy theories that she had been promoting present a cynical attempt to profit from a situation that she had manufactured. By spreading defamatory lies about Harpole and then cajoling him to give her the exclusive content of a response, she stood to profit from increased attention and viewership to her platform at Harpole's expense. So he didn't reply with a yes or no because he didn't want to give me an exclusive yes or no, because then I would have made money on my platform.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Ma'am, that's exactly correct. What are you talking about? That's what you've been doing. Let's just be honest. That's what you were doing right there. That's what you were doing right at that moment that you were talking about it. You can't be this obtuse. You can't be this obtuse. Real quick, Jason, you said that Brian Harpole did what the Bible says to do. And I want to prove that case to you. I got a video coming up about it, but I'll give you a little snippet. We'll just do it in real time. Jason, what are you talking about? Wait, hold on, make sure. We got, how those lights looking, moderators? Why does she like the constant stuffy nose? I don't know. That's a good question. I hear it too. I don't know. As a mental health professional, let's see what Dr. Mental Health Addiction says. You are witnessing a masterclass in narcissistic personality disorder with the schizophrenic tendencies and traits. It's diabolical, systemic and pathological. With the females, it's not as noticed. Wow. Thank you so much, doctor. I'm sorry. I think the only thing I'm going to say is I think most people realize it from Candace. They recognize it like in 4K. I think most people do. A parent seen in females. Really? I think, look, shout out to you. Thank you so much. I think she stands out. I don't know. Now I want to know. Give me an example. Okay, I'm just tapping you. I don't know you from a can of paint. I'm going to assume that you are, in fact, who you say you are. Who would be a male equivalent to Candace Owens? Wait, you cannot recognize as much in females. See, okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, okay, I think I get your point. I think I get you. So Candace, would you say Candace is like an outlier in the female narcissistic? Or are all females narcissistic? I don't know. I got a house full of 3 of them. So who would be a male equivalent of Candace Owens? Okay, there we go. Shout out to all the ladies I just offended. Shout out to them. Hit the like button 3 times if I offended you. Okay, all right, so Nick. Some people say Nick. I don't know. I got a video about Nick. I think y'all are gonna like it in a minute. Andrew. Now I will say that. I will give you that. I'll give you Andrews. It definitely comes across like he would fit that. Narcissistic is more in males, really. Oh, that's interesting. I would have easily believed that. Hold on now. Have you been to the local high school lately? Have you been to a mall? I don't know. We might have to have a conversation about that one, Doctor. I don't know, Dr. J. I don't know, Dr. J. I don't look. I'm raising 2 teenagers. Let's just say 3, because my wife acts like a kid sometimes too. Are you sure? I need to insert that. Are you sure about that? Meme. Are you sure about that? What does he say here? I can give you my email if you want. Shoot me. Hey, brother, hit me. Hey, look, here's my email right now. Then that way you don't have to put yourself out there. There's my email. There you go, jwitt@jwitt.com. I would love to look. I'm not saying that there's not narcissistic men out there. I'm just like, wait, but is more prevalent in men? I don't know, man. I got questions. Have you been on social media? I definitely see more. What? Oh, we definitely are in disagreement here. I think women, I'm sorry. I think women are way more. Okay, we might need to have a whole start over again. I disagree on that somewhere, 08. You messing up where I was trying to go to. I was going to bring the scriptures in here and why Brian Harpo was making the right decision. And y'all done derailed Bible study. How dare y'all? I don't know. It's extremely rare. And really? Oh, now you really done messed me up. And hold on, let me say this. I don't think all girls are narcissistic. They definitely are me-centric. They got main character syndrome in spades. I don't think narcissistic, because I think narcissism is a whole nother thing. But really, you would say really is rare in women? Oh man, we definitely got to talk. Please shoot me an email. Candace is extremely outlier in the neuro personality disorder. Y'all got me. I understand these letters now, y'all. I might become a pre-K psychologist along with my pre-K law school. I might be somebody smart. Y'all making me smart. All right, let me get back on task. Y'all stop derailing me real quick. This is why I say Brian Harpo did the exact right thing. Proverbs 26:5. It says, 26:4. Do not answer a fool according to his or her folly, or you will be like him. Right? Then look at verse 5. Answer a fool according to his or her folly, lest he become wise in his own eyes. Brian Harpo, whether it was intentional or not, whether or not he was getting good guidance or not, somehow or another, Brian Harpo did exactly what he should have done. Been quiet, let Candace keep panicking, and then finally answered her so that she wouldn't be wise in her own eyes. Now we're looking at this woman panicking in 4K. Well, Jay said, okay, that might be a reach, Jason. Maybe you're reaching. Maybe you made that a little bit, but okay, no problem. Proverbs 29:9. If a wise man goes to court with a fool, there will be raving and laughing with no resolution. Do not give to dogs what is holy. Do not throw your pearls before swine. Watch this. Here comes. Keep reading. And I want you to think about what has happened to every well-intended person who is engaged with Candace Owens. What has happened to them? If you do, they will trample them, your pearls, under feet, and then turn and tear you to pieces. Andrew Colvett, you to pieces. Dan Flood, you to pieces. Terrell, the guy, the cameraman, everybody, Erica Kirk, everybody who's treated Candace with kid gloves and been kind to her and try to work with her and try to think that she was treat her reasonably, she is turned and try to devour and tear them apart. Brian Harpo did the exact right thing. He said, did not answer a fool according to his folly, or you yourself will be like him. Answer a fool according to his folly, lest he become wise in his own eyes. He answered her with a with a federal lawsuit, and now he is not the fool. What y'all think? What do y'all think? You think I'm reaching? Am I reaching there? What y'all think? You think it'd be Rico? I don't think it's gonna be Rico, but hey, and given the fact that Brian Harpo is just a run-of-the-mill dude, you and I would never have known who he was if he had not gone on Sean Ryan's show and got called out by Candace. He's just a run-of-the-mill dude. I think he's going to probably get those remedies that he's asking for. I mean, he lost his business, he lost clients, he lost his reputation. I think he's going to probably be justified in that. What's up with YouTube holding comments for review? I know it's not me. They shouldn't be holding comments in live time because there's no way for me to. There's no way unless it's something that y'all see on your end. The first time I read those scriptures, they confused me, but now I live by them. Absolutely. I was number 1 2 hours ago. Shout out to you, Chrissy. How are you? Good to see you. Brian H for the win. Like, Brian has laid out the game plan. Don't engage her. Do not engage her. And the bad thing is, think about how many other people probably have the same conversation, have had the same conversation with her. People from Turning Point, people that work for Daily Wire or run-of-the-mill people. And then all of the quote-unquote sources that she's had, those sources are going to have to come out. That's going to be crazy work because she's not a journalist. She has no, shield or covering to say, well, I'm protecting my sources. You're not anybody. You're just a busybody. You're a gossip. I'm sorry. She's going to have a rough day. It's going to be a rough summer for her. I feel comfortable in saying that. What do y'all think? Let me see real quick. Okay. All right. I'm going to do this last one and then I'm going to get y'all out of here. Okay. This weekend I dropped a fun video about Nick Fuentes trying to explain, and I'm going to say trying to explain his whole trip to Rome. And it was weird because you looked at back in the day when he was talking about how much he loved Candace Owens. Well, this weekend he went on and talked about her again. Y'all, I don't know. George Farmer might need to be keeping his eyes open. He might need to keep checking on Nick because Nick, I don't know, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Discovery's going to be a mess. Oh, this is the last thing. Oh, let me say this last thing about that. I know, because it was something I want to talk about. Okay. In the chat, real quick, I'm sure you've heard this argument from Candace people. Cantifa people have said, well, if so-and-so is right, then why don't they sue? They said it's about Erica Kurt. They said it's about Turning Point. Just give me a green heart green hearts in the chat if you've heard that argument. Well, why is a Turning Point just sue her if she's wrong? Have you heard that? Let me know if you've heard this argument or something akin to that. It don't have to be exact word for word. Have you heard that argument from people? Okay. So if I'm understanding it correctly, shout out. Let me put these up here on the screen for y'all. if I'm understanding correctly, and let me know if I'm understanding what they're saying correctly. If somebody is accusing you of something that's false, then the way to know that what they said is false is to sue them. Is that fair? Is that fair what Candace's people are saying? Yeah, you've heard that? Okay. In Discovery, we can see Candace's communications with Mitch prior to having him, on the show. Perfect. That's going to come out. Yep. Okay. All right. So this is my question then. If somebody is saying something like, so for example, let's use Brian Harpole. Candace Owens said things about Brian Harpole that weren't true. They were demonstrably not true. And Brian Harpole sued her because she was saying things that were not true and it could be proven true and proven false. And she knew they were false, right? Then why is Candace not suing Laura Loomer? Laura Loomer has been going at Candace's neck for the last 2 weeks, from George Farmer and the quote unquote DUI, from the buying another house, keeping it in a trust, all of these things. Why has Candace Owens not sued Laura Loomer? If Laura Loomer is saying things that are not true, why is that? And I think we all know it starts with a D, ends with a Y, and rhymes with overy. That's right. I don't think Laura Loomer's lying. Now, y'all can say what you want to say about Laura Loomer as a person. I think she's a trip. I think Laura Loomer is the joy that we all need. She's a superhero that we did not deserve. Okay. I like Laura Loomer, but let me just get to my point. I think Laura Loomer is telling the truth. And if she wasn't, then Candace would be suing her. And she didn't. Now, Jason, hold on, Jason. Wait, Jason. You doing too much, Jason. You don't know. Actually, we do. We have a historical example. Does anybody know the historical example of when Candace threatened to sue somebody and didn't? There actually is a very good example that was very similar to this. I love Edie. Edie's my girl. I love Edie. I'll take, is Edie in the chat? I'll take Edie over Laura Loomer, but Laura Loomer, I'm sorry, she's a special kind of crazy. I mean, we need somebody like that. Does anybody know there has been a case where Candace Owens was somebody did the exact same thing and Candace Owens did not sue him? Does anybody know? And none of you mods, I know some of you mods probably know. I'm gonna pull it up real quick while you all are putting it in the chat. Maybe you don't know. All right, let me see. Nobody knows about it? Really? Oh, wait. Okay, nope, I don't see it. House and Habit? Mm-mm. Let me pull it up. Oh, my spelling got way off, man. Put your glasses back on, dude. Really? Okay. All right, we're gonna go back in time. I'll give you a little snippet of it. I don't want to put this picture. This picture is terrible. All right. We'll go back in time. 2021. I'll give you a little hint. I don't want to pull this picture because it's definitely inappropriate. I'm gonna pull this story in real quick though. All right, y'all might not remember this, but do y'all remember when Candace Owens and Cardi B got into it? Do y'all remember that? Do y'all Remember this story? So back in 2021 at the Grammys, Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion did that very inappropriate, very pornographic display at the Grammys. And it was bold, it was actual, it was predictably polarizing. Candace Owens enters the chat. Candace Owens goes on a conservative media outlet on Fox and calls the performance degenerative, hateful, rather harmful to culture, evidence of moral decline in America, which all these things we agreed with. We agree with her. But watch this. Cardi B jumps back in and she goes off on Candace. I don't want to pull up the links because there's a lot of profanity in here, but Cardi B goes off. Cardi doesn't go academic. She goes entertainment mode. She trolls Owens on Twitter, thanks her for the free promotion, leans into the controversy instead of backing down. So she does a very similar thing to what, like a Laura Loomer. She's like, oh, I'm gonna give you this word. What it turned into in a full culture clash. Owens, this is corrupting society. Cardi B, y'all are obsessed with and helping me to go viral, which is funny because this is the argument that Candace people make now. The back and forth kept going, kept both of them trending. Cardi's streams and visibility actually went up after criticism. The real takeaway: this wasn't just a celebrity spat in values, and it was values versus entertainment, conservative critique versus pop culture defiance. Oh, it didn't give me the update. So Candace threatened to sue Cardi B. Do you know why Candace threatened to sue Cardi B? Does anybody know? Or what Cardi B said that caused Candace to say she was going to sue her? Cardi B said that Candace's husband was gay. And Candace said she was going to sue her, but she never did. Why did she never sue her? I think it's because of discovery. I think it would have very well have been, it would have really brought up something that Candace did not want to be brought up. And they hadn't been married that long at that point. So I think it's interesting. Candace Owens has a track record when somebody is doing her wrong, but they're right, she doesn't sue them. Cardi B is a great example. Keep looking it up. Y'all can dig into it. She threatened her on X that she was going to sue her and never did. And I think we know why. So now jumping back to Laura Loomer, which was the conversation I started with, why has she not sued Laura Loomer? I think we know why. Yep, that discovery gonna be a beast. That discovery will be a mess. And by the way, you can't just go on fishing expeditions with discovery. So you got to be very specific. So what would Candace have tried to have done to deny that her husband fell into the alphabet mafia? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure Cardi B would have been able to use that information in her discovery to really run roughshod over her. Maybe that's why she didn't want to do it. So back to my question, why do you think she ain't sued anybody? I think we know why. Oh no, this has been said on this internet streets for some time, but Candace had an opportunity because George isn't like he wasn't like a famous person. He's not out there in these streets. So I think he could have easily said like, this is defamation per se, slandering me, all that kind of stuff that Brian Harpo, same thing. But she didn't do it. I wonder why. I don't wonder why. I know why. I feel like discovery would have been a mess for her. Hold on one second. All right. I do want to say thank you so much. I gotta buy me a coffee. Somebody bought your boy a coffee today. Let me say real quick. Thank you so very much to I appreciate it. Wait. For some reason or other wants me to sign back in. I had it on my phone, that I closed it out. And then actually it's in my email too. Let me put it in my email. Thank you so much. I believe I want to make sure I give the name. person's name correctly. Thank you for buying your boy a coffee this morning. Starting the morning off with a little bit of coffee, Petro. Never lets you down, never lets you down. Thank you, Melinda. I appreciate it. Mindy Ann, thank you very much for that. I'm sorry. I thought I was going to put it up. I had it on my phone, and then I accidentally logged out of Buy Me a Coffee on my phone. But I got you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the very kind. Bought your boy a coffee. There it is. There you are. Appreciate you. All right, let's get at it. Y'all have been good. So I figure we'll end this with something funny. All right. I personally believe that Nick Fuentes is trolling. I personally believe he's trolling, but I think it's funny nonetheless. I get a kick out of laughing at it. So let me just bring this in. Let me see what y'all think about it. Give me your 2 cents.
That she, at the end of the day, I think she's actually in love with me.
Come on.
No, but I really do. I think she. Look, no one could deny we had chemistry. No one can deny.
She's happily married, you know.
Yeah, well,
she's happily married.
The heart wants what the heart wants. What? No, but she.
The That's So Raven stuff was so.
Veiled.Angel Cake sent $25. Hi Nick, I hope you're feeling better. How was your date with Candace? Did you two lady on the tramp a bowl of spaghetti? Less than 3.
The thought of that really grosses me out because all I can think about is like sauce getting everywhere. But no, yeah, me and Candace. Well, it's never gonna work out. It's such a shame. I feel so sad. Candace Owens went out to Rome to see her, and yeah, she left me hanging. She left me at the altar. She realized she was still in love with George Farmer. I'm devastated. I'm inconsolable. I'm crestfallen. Candace Owens, where are you? Candace! Not like this, we toured the Italian countryside. We eloped. But she got cold feet. She realized George Farmer was maybe a little more stable, a little bit taller. She didn't want to do it. She couldn't commit. It's so sad. Oh, Candace, I'm never giving up on her. I'm never giving up on big old Candace Owens. Oh, Candace, why does she torture me?
What?
Oh, I'll see her in my dreams tonight. My beautiful Candace Owens. People are posting what is it? The trip makes it out of the group chat, and it's like me and Candace and Jeffrey Epstein and Charlie Kirk. That was kind of funny. Kind of like a weird foreshadowing. But yeah. No, wouldn't that be hella romantic though if I saw her? What if I bumped into her in Rome? Talk about a meet cute. Talk about the meet cute I've been looking for. Imagine I bumped into her in Rome randomly, like we're at the same restaurant. She wouldn't be able to resist me.
What?
But yeah, alas, it didn't happen that way.
Is he trolling? Is he trolling?
Two ships passing in the
Rick
night.
Pete sent $25. Pizza Time sent $100 for the security fund 07.
Thank you for the big super chat. Yes, they're trying to kill me. Candace Owens is trying to kill me on behalf of Russian intelligence. What do you think her next move is? Me and Candace Owens, it's like a spy movie. I'm gonna bend over to tie my shoes, and then a giant 50 caliber bullet is gonna explode in the wall behind me. I look up, and Candace Owens a mile away. She's got her intervention sniper rifle, and she smirks, and I smirk back. I'm like, nice shot. Hey, hot shot, you missed. We're in this dance. We're in this dance of death, me and Candace Owens. Spy games, truly. There is one directive: do not fall in love with your assassin. Just don't fall in love with her. Yeah, I don't know, man. She's trying to get me killed. And I would almost have a problem with it if it didn't turn me on a little bit. What did she mean by this? She quote tweeted me. Candace. Oh my gosh, Candace. You just can't stay away, can you? Candace, what are we doing? I mean, come on, what are we doing, Candace? Can we just stop? Can we just stop playing games already? I mean, seriously. Oh, yeah, you know, this woman, she's gonna be the death of me, I tell you. Can't live with her, can't live without her. Isn't that what they say? Can't live with her, can't live without her. Candace fucking Owens.
Oh, sorry about that.
Of all the tweets, replies, and quote tweets, and you walked into mine. Man, I don't know, guys. Deeply troubling, but that's how it goes, you know? Isn't that how it goes? Just when you're over it, just when you're over her, just when you're ready to begin your life, I'm free. You've forgotten about it. All the pain and all the fights and all the love letters. And then something just reminds you, and there you go again, a blast from the past. Ah, I don't know, guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do with her. What are we gonna do? You know what it is? I think she saw me flirting with that other black girl or something. Maybe she saw me say the thing about having a kid that's a black guy. Remember when I said that? Last night I said, oh, imagine race mixing with a black woman and your son is a black guy like George Floyd. Maybe she saw, I don't know. She's in my head again, guys. It's crazy. Anyway, you know what?
Is he trolling? Is he trolling?
It's fine. But honestly, but really, it's fine. All right. Anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to move on. I'm going to try to proceed with the show as normal. Like this, like that didn't happen. Like it wasn't a red alert.
You had a collab that did not go well.
Yeah.
I don't think so. You guys it was a little bit hostile, uncomfortable. And since then she signaled some good things, like saying that she likes that Nick is resisting the Zionist influence, but now it seems like it's heating up a lot, especially with Charlie Kirk, and I see the disagreements with Ian. What's going on? Are you guys ever going to find some common ground? What's happening there?
Oh, Candace, you know, she's really something. I don't know what is going to happen with her. We're like fire and ice. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, I think she's actually in love with me.
Come on.
No, but I really do. I think she. Look, no one could deny we had chemistry. No one can deny.
She's happily married, you know. She's happily married.
The heart wants what the heart wants. What? No, but the
That's So Raven stuff was so funny. It's like she was saying,
she had a vision.
Yeah, that was.
I just had a vision. Chelsea, Eddie. I just had a vision. Chelsea, like Charlie. Do you watch That So Raven back in the
I did. It would zoom into the eye, and she had. Yeah, it's funny because she's also black. Like that's what makes it better. It's the black woman dream thing.
Yeah,
but
so good.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Jay Whip. I just thought that was hilarious, man. I think Nick Fuentes is a terrible person. I think it's funny watching him either A, troll, or B, go through some kind of internal recalibration as it relates to Candace. I think the thing is hilarious, man. Anyway, I just thought I would share that with y'all. I do want to say thank y'all to everybody who tapped in this morning. Thank y'all. They were in Rome together. Allegedly, it was just all happenstance. Okay. Just a big coincidence. Okay. I got you. He does try really hard, Mindy. You're correct. He does try hard. I like it. All right. I just think he's trolling. I just thought it was funny. Like, dude, he is really going hard on this. But editor Jason did do good with the background. Hey, the background music. Shout out to the background music. Oh, yeah. We had a little. I was going to add some Atlantic Stars, some Secret Lovers in there. Or Stevie Wonder Part-Time Lover. It's just I keep getting copyright strikes on it, man. Like, come on, let me be great. Come on now, YouTube, let me be great. Anyway, welcome to all the brand new members. Shout out to you all. Go to the community post. Check out the members only content there. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who has helped me. I've been challenged by another content creator to be the first one of us to hit 150,000 likes this month. The loser, whoever doesn't hit 150 first, has to gift 100 memberships to the winner. We're trucking along. We are getting it on. We are getting it on. So thank y'all so much for liking the videos and of course for watching them. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much to everybody who subscribed and hyped up the videos, all that kind of stuff like that. Added your 2 cents and sent me out emails and text messages and tagged me to different posts. I really do appreciate it. There's some great stuff. And I'll be, the plan is to come back this evening. Because I got a couple of videos I'm not going to get done with this morning. But if we don't, I'll make sure we do it tomorrow. I do want to say again, Tracy Martin will be on tomorrow. We already have some things we're going to talk about that are not around Erica and Candace. I know you all want to ask about Erica and Candace, so she's willing to talk about all of that. So I'm looking forward to that. It's 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. I know it's going to be late, but that way it works better with, the time change going over there toward the West Coast. So hopefully you all can tap in. I think we'll have a good conversation, and I think you'll enjoy it for sure. Oh, let me see if I missed anything else. Shorts, yes. Shorts count toward the likes, yes. So if you want to help your boy hit that 150,000, which you should try to help me out. Help me out here. You can just go through the likes. Shorts. The shorts on my channel. You can absolutely. I have a playlist called "Can I Get a Can I Get a Like?" There's like 7 videos in there that have done really well. Lots of good views, but they didn't get a lot of likes. I don't know why. So if you've already watched it, just go ahead and hit the like button. That's all you gotta do. Or you can just go through the shorts and go crazy during your lunch break. Just go bananas. Watch the short, like the short. Watch the short, like the short. Help your boy out. I'd appreciate it either way. Thank you so much. What'd you say, Samantha? Thank you so very much, everybody, for popping in. What do we have here? Oh, there's some. I think you'll like them. There's some good videos this weekend. We got the the Nick is in love with Candace. We got, is Candace obsessed? Is Candace possessed? We had the Black Fatigue video. And then I got a Will Smith. Oh, by the way, this is the last question, and I'm gonna get out of here. I'm fascinated with this whole Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith thing. If y'all want, because I actually have a video on Will Smith. If y'all want, I might drop that today. Let me know. Are y'all keeping up with that? Is that something? Is that too niche? Is that too cultural commentary? Let me know what y'all think. I just think it's very fascinating. Thank you so much, Future. I think that their relationship is very interesting to me. And we don't have to, but if you all want to, let me know. Well, I was getting President Firstborn. I had to go get President Firstborn. Y'all don't want to sit around here singing bad show tunes in the car, because that's what happens when they get together. Okay. Oh, I got you. I totally get you. You like? Okay, wait. What'd you say here? Oh, you did like that one. Okay. Yeah, shout out. That was a good one. I did drop a video with Andrew Wilson. And by the way, I have another one that I started watching. Shout out to Chrissy, Andrew Wilson and the Apostate Prophet discussing Zionism. It's starting out pretty good. And I'm conflicted because I like both of them, Andrew Wilson and the Apostate Prophet. I don't know how to, and this is a true debate. Like, they're doing debate, real debate, not arguing back and forth, not over speaking each other, that kind of stuff like that. I really like it. So we might do that one tomorrow as well, but it's long. I have to admit, it's a long video. Andrew Wilson and Zach was a train wreck, to say the least. Thank you so much, Christy. Hey, Christelle, thank you so much. All right, good people. I'll probably drop that Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith, just something to watch. I just think there's interesting what's going on with this relationship. And I feel bad for Will in a way, because Will Smith, most of us, if you're around my age, you were kind of raised around Will Smith. Will Smith kind of got old right around. He's only a few years older than me. And you want the best for the brother, but man, that dude picked wrong. Goodness gracious, he picked wrong. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much. I am going to go get my college student up and make her go do some chores. And we'll be back on this. I don't think we'll be back. If we come back this evening, I'll give you a heads up. But we'll definitely do it again tomorrow. We'll do the Apostate Prophet and Andrew Wilson video. And I think that'll be a good one. So we'll do that. Everybody have a wonderful rest of the day. Enjoy your Monday. Work hard. And I'll see you real soon. Grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Jay Witt Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.